The first steps towards a promising future. That's what I felt when I first saw this beauty. It would seem that Audi has set free their designers and the new S5 is just majestic to look at.
On paper, the S5 boasts of impressive specifications, but how well would it translate to in the real world is yet to be seen.
Now many of you would have seen reviews on the new Audi S5, but let me try to redo it with some of my observation. Here's my 2 cents. An athlete's heart in a luxury body. That's what Audi has used to define the new S5. Well, for now I'm going to skip on the body and go straight to the heart. Now powering the Audi S5 is a 3-litre V6 petrol-powered all-aluminium block, direct injection, turbo exhaust, direct intercooler engine, and this is definitely a technological hub. It's a marvel in itself.
The heart powering this monster is a completely redesigned turbocharged 3-litre V6 engine which boasts of high power figures and a wide torque band. The engine churns out 354 HP at 5400 RPM, going up all the way to 6400 RPM, and belts out a whopping 500 Nm of torque as low as 1370 RPM, ranging up to 4500 RPM. Not only is this unit a powerhouse, but Audi has also tuned it to be rather efficient. The 3-litre V6 mill features a new combustion process known as the B cycle, which utilizes high-pressure injection valves arranged centrally in combustion chambers.
Peak torque comes in at 1370 RPM and that ranges all the way up to 4500 RPM. Peak torque figures stand at 500 Newton meters. That's saying a lot because it's a very wide band in which peak torque is coming into, so essentially even at higher gears or different gears you can tap into a wide band where 500 Newton meters of torque is available, and that propels you forward almost instantaneously. Also because of the drive-by-wire throttle system that has been implemented in the new Audi S5.
While the previous motor powering the S5 used a mechanical compressor, the new unit gets a twin-stroll turbocharger. The exhaust manifold individually collects gases from the 2 separate cylinder banks which only merge before the turbine wheel. This system has an enhanced exhaust scavenging effect with better pressure distribution to the exhaust ports and a more efficient delivery of exhaust gases to the turbine.
The engine has been mated to an 8-speed Tiptronic transmission, and this comes with different drive modes that you can select via buttons on the dash. It also comes with a sports mode, so you toggle this lever down and you're in sports mode. You also get paddle shifters to control the gears that they are. Now this 8-speed transmission is quite smooth. Of course, if you are in sports mode, then the vehicle does it for itself and you just floor the accelerator and the Audi S5 propels forward.
Audi has married the longitudinally mounted engine to an 8-speed Tiptronic automatic transmission. The Tiptronic, a classic torque converter transmission, boasts of smooth shift action and starting performance.
The control that this car renders to the driver is impeccable. Audi has built in their all-wheel drive setup. Now it's a permanent all-wheel drive, independent wheel suspension, aluminium transverse links in the front as well. So what this essentially means is that the control that the sedan renders to the driver is impeccable. I mean, you commit it to a line and the Audi S5 will hold that line flawlessly. There is no loss of traction. Also because there are central electronic locking differentials and these send the right amount of power to the right wheels. Also helps in steering, at the same time maintaining control no matter how aggressively and how hard you're pushing the vehicle.
The German 4-ring brand has also built in a dual circuit brake system which is split between axles. Also offered are ABS with EBD, electronic differential lock, traction control, electronic stabilization control and ventilated discs.
So from a technological standpoint, Audi has engineered this marvelously. In fact, it is actually a delight to drive, and if you are interested in picking up a sedan in this segment, I would definitely recommend that you head to a showroom right now and drive the S5 for yourself. Sleek, smart and sophisticated. That is what comes to my mind when I look at the new S5. Now the facade is very butch. You can see a sculpted hood and an aggressive front.
Essentially, the Audi S5 is reminiscent of the company's age-old design philosophy, which now comes with more character thanks to a few curves and a deviation from their straight-line design scheme. The facade carries an aggressive and mean look, dominated by Audi's signature hexagonal grille, which also houses the 4-ring logo between 6 horizontal slats. The headlamp cluster looks crisp and sports dynamic turn signals. Audi has also built in their dynamic automatic headlamp range adjustment system to prevent the headlights from dazzling other road users. The shoulder line is a distinctly curvy one, while the belt line remains more or less straight. The character line gets a gradual slope upwards, rounding off a sophisticated side profile. The ORVMs on the sides have been treated with a brushed matte aluminium finish that adds to the sedan's sporty nature. Also blending well with the overall design scheme are 18-inch 5 twin-spoke star design alloy wheels.
Now essentially the S5 is a sportback and it gives character to the profile of this car. The rear as well has been redesigned and reworked to look aggressive, at the same time act smart and sophisticated. The tail lamps and the design of the tail lamps is distinctly Audi, and of course you have these dynamic turn signals. Open up the boot and you have about 480 liters of boot space, so you have automatic tailgate release control, which can of course be adjusted, and you have a button out here to drop the tailgate. So 480 liters of boot space, that's what's available on the S5. Let's also go inside and take a look at the interiors. Now on the inside as well, the sophisticated and sleek design scheme continues. You have a leather wrapped steering wheel with steering mounted controls and plenty of kit on offer. So Audi is offering an automatic climate control. It's a 3-zone air conditioning unit. You also have electrically adjustable and retractable ORVMs. Now these are heated and they come with a memory function.
The clean and neatly designed lines on the dash give each bit adequate character and flair. Brushed matte aluminium finish adorns the spaces of the cabin and gives the interiors a spruce appeal. The layout of the dash is evidently ergonomic, with all knobs and controls well within reach. The center floor panel houses space for 2 bottle holders and comes with a variety of controls.
And of course another feature to mention are the sports seats up front, which come with a 4-way adjustable lumbar support. Now the front seats are also electrically adjustable, and of course they come with a memory function. Now the Audi S5 comes with Audi's virtual cockpit and of course the MMI controls. This is not a touchscreen, however you have to control it via this dial over here on the center floor console. Let me talk a little bit about the interiors. Fantastic build quality, fantastic materials. You have this brushed aluminium finish which has been used over here and in different places on the dash, which look and give it a very premium feel. Also this carbon fiber like finish has been applied here and generously in other spaces as well.
What we found missing on the S5 was the lack of an electrically adjusted steering, which can be adjusted manually for rake and reach. Adding more to the driver's comfort and convenience are automatic headlamps and rain sensing wipers. The inside rear view mirrors are also an auto dimming unit. Despite being a performance-oriented sedan, there is ample of space inside the cabin. The length inside the cabin has been increased by 17 mm over the previous generation model. Space for front passengers has also been increased. The driver and co-passenger now get 11 mm of additional shoulder room.
Let's also check out the rear seats of the car. Now surprisingly, the rear section of the car is very comfortable and there is adequate space even for an adult. Enough room to stretch your legs out, enough knee room, enough headroom as well. The seats are comfortable. Their bolstering is not as good as the front of course, but then again the seating comfort is pretty decent.
Knee room in the rear has also significantly increased by 24 mm. Boot space in the S5 stands at 480 liters, which is more than adequate to accommodate your weekend luggage. The loading lip is relatively low and stands at 666 mm. One can easily slide and restrain your luggage in this boot. With a reworked engine that offers more power than before and a fresh design, the S5 offers consumers an efficient, sporty, and luxurious product. The company has packed in just the right amount of technology into this sedan and offers oodles of in-cabin comfort and convenience. Coming into the market with a price tag of Rs 72.41 lakh ex-showroom of course, the Audi S5 is not only meant for the bold and beautiful, but also for those with deep pockets.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's it from our side. We hope you liked the Audi S5 as much as we did, and we hope you loved this review. If you did, please don't forget to like it, share it, and if you haven't done yet, please do subscribe to the ATR TV channel for all the latest news and tech updates from the automotive industry across the globe.